I'm gonna roast like a chicken.
So before you click away, let me tell you that there is a fatal flaw when it comes to chicken coop doors. We're gonna talk about that at the end. But first, we're gonna talk about why I ended up falling in love with them and why you should buy this design in particular. And when I say I fell in love with them, I don't mean in a weird kind of way. I mean like the way I love my tractor or firstborn child. Chick Cozy sent me this door about a year ago for free if I would do a review video on it. This is not that video. I did that video a year ago. This video I'm making because I ended up falling in love with this door. My first thought was, why on earth do you need a chicken coop door? I mean, I almost sent him back an email saying don't send it. Why can't you just walk outside, open your door in the morning, let your chickens out, and when your chickens are used to going to bed in a coop, at night, they will put themselves away, and you just go back and close the door. I mean, what kind of person do you need to be to need some door to open automatically for you? And then I thought, the other style of coop, right? If you're not just letting your birds out to wander in the wilderness, if you have a contained coop and run, like a chicken tractor, for example, then this door doesn't make any sense. But I like toys, I like gadgets, and I said, sure, send it. And I love this thing. It has saved me so much time. These birds that live in this tractor are completely free range. They peck at the pig scraps and things like that, but we don't have dedicated feed for them. We don't have dedicated water. They just roam about the property. And because we don't come out here every day with food and water, having an automatic door that opened itself and closed itself actually made a lot of sense. Now, this coop is approximately, I don't know, 800 or 900 feet from my house. So it saved us coming back and forth to this thing. And then I realized, even if I had a chicken tractor, which has a contained coop and a contained run, I could let them out of the chicken tractor with an automatic door. So I thought, do people who have coops and runs need a chicken coop door? And it dawned on me that, yeah, actually, that would be super useful. So we have one of our coop and run setups over here, and this is a very well built, sturdy wood thing. Very Fort Knoxy. And this is made of wire and some wood. Is this sturdy? Sure. Have predators gotten into this? No. But when the birds go to bed, they go to bed in here, which is inherently stronger. So in this little tunnel area, it would be great if I had another chicken coop door, because they are more secure in here. However, if you have a big opening that says here's dinner, not so much. Rarely, depending on how it's built, rarely do you hear of predators getting into the coop. A lot of the time they get into the run. This tends to be the weak point. Not always. I'm sure somebody's gonna leave me a comment that says, I lost all my birds in a coop. It happens. But we do our best to make sure they're as secure as possible, which is why I like the design of this door. Why this type of door? You'll see two styles mainly of chicken coop doors. Ones that open this way, and there's some that open this way. The ones that open up and down typically have a gear-driven mechanism, and there's a perforated line right down the middle, and as the gear turns, it raises it up. Do you know what else has perforated lines in it? Every single package you ever have opened that's easy to open, right? Tear here. So what did you just do to your secure coop? You told predators, please open here. That is a single door, but it has a line right in the middle of holes, which means it's easy to push, snap, and break. This one, on the other hand, has two doors that are secure all the way around, and they have a magic little thing like this that if your bird got stuck, oh, I'm just kidding, I have all my fingers. If your bird got stuck, it won't hurt them. It will go back and close again after the obstruction is gone. You just hold the OK button for 3 seconds. This is a super cool one because it's battery operated and it has a photovoltaic sensor, which means that when the light goes down, it will close. And when the light comes back, it will open. This leads me to the fatal flaw. This is a tool. And tools, when used improperly, can be dangerous. I had this set not on photovoltaic because we had it near the wood line, and I was afraid, I didn't test it, but I was afraid that the shade from the trees would cause it to close too early. So you can program this manually to open and close at whatever time you decide is right. Time change happened, and this thing was set to close at, I think, 5:45, 6 o'clock in the evening. what ended up happening was it was staying light longer because we were going away from the winter solstice toward the summer solstice, which means that we have light longer. And then there's the daylight savings things, which adds an hour. And I ended up locking my birds out of the coop. They're free-range birds, and they got. It's not the door's fault. It's my fault. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop using it. It's just a rather painful lesson that I hope you can avoid if you decide to get one of these doors. These doors are more expensive than the little zip tie nonsense up and down ones, but it's worth it to protect your birds. I love this thing. Actually, I might get another one. My name is Brian. This is Flannel Farms. Don't leave yet though, because our sponsor for this video is On4U LED Lighting, and sponsors help us stay on the air. Well, not really, but they send me stuff and I like it. Actually, I like this product so much that I bought 2 of them because they wouldn't give me 2 for free. They only gave me 1, so I had to buy 2. Let me show you. This is an On4U LED security light. We built this edition, well, we're still building it. There's bits inside that aren't finished, but you don't care about that. And it needed outside lights. Now, about a year ago, On4U sent me a security light for my barn. It's a motion sensor, it's hardwired, and that thing is bright. I love that light. So when we started this edition, I knew I was gonna need outside lights. So I did what most people do, and I went to the internet, and actually I didn't. I went to a big box store and I looked at their security lights. And they either looked like those 2 big massive glass things looking out like this, or they were really expensive and it just didn't make any sense. They didn't look good, I did not like them, they weren't bright enough, it's just kind of garbage. And then I remembered that On4U sent me that security light and I really liked it. So I sent them an email and said, hey, I need 3 lights. And they said, cool, how about 1? And I said, I really need 3. And they said, great, here's 1. So I bought 2 more. That's how much I like them. But it doesn't do any good for me to stand around in the daylight and tell you how wonderful these lights are. I want to show you by turning them on right now. All right, so it's on. It's dark outside. It's actually evening. It's not quite all the way dark, but I wanted you to get an idea that even with some ambient light, the massive difference that these things make. And actually, if you walk with me around into the woods, you will see and hear all the beautiful tree frogs, that this thing has really brightened up all the way. You can even look out into the woods that way. I mean, for 300-400 feet, it's super bright. But that's not all. You need to see the other side of the house where we have 2 of these things set up. One of the things I love about these lights is there's 3 LED lights on it. It's got 2 that flare out to the side and they can rotate up and down, and 1 in the middle. And what that's let us do is blast light all the way that way, all the way that way, and all the way that way. To give you an idea how much light it's producing, I'm gonna go turn them off. The light you're seeing now is just from our patio light. That light we got because it's pretty, and when you don't want floodlights, softer light. But it is definitely not the light from On4U. We tried actually to do it with no lights out here, and it was so dark you couldn't even see us. So if you're interested in a hardwired security type light, whether you want motion detector or on or off, which is what these are, they're attached to a switch, On4U. They're beautiful, they're effective, and they're not expensive. Thank you for watching. My name is Brian. This is Flannel Farms. Keep growing as you grow. We'll see you next time. Bye. What? Do I sound like a sad?
A little bit. It sounds like an infomercial, and you need like, do you not like handling these funny lights? Blah,
That's,
blah,
right.
blah.
That's what I'm kind of going for. It's almost comic. Is that good for me?
It's all gray, and the music is sad. Oh.
Yeah, that's what we should do.
Everything's terrible.
I went to Home Depot, and the lights I saw made me sad. They hurt my feelings, and they were ugly, and they had 3 wires, and it was complicated, and it wasn't bright in the store for my face, and I was darkness, and it was my old friend.